Hey guys, how's it going? It's Bill from Primal Palate. I'm in the kitchen today. We're gonna make a really cool one-pan lasagna. I saw a neat idea on Tyler Florence's feed the other day. He's working on a cookbook and he was doing something similar. So the idea for this dish is super cool. We're gonna use one giant saute pan. This is a 6-quart Le Creuset pan, stainless, oven safe. And we're gonna use some Cappello's lasagna sheets. Let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is get these cut down nice and finely. We've got 2 carrots, 3 celery sticks. We've got 3/4 of a yellow onion and 3 cloves of garlic. You could do this all by knife if you'd like. I'm just going to throw it in the food processor. So 10 seconds in the food processor is all you really need. This is still a little bit rustic, but I like the lasagna that way. So next we're going to heat up some olive oil in the pan and get these cooking down. Got our oil in the pan. It doesn't need to be hot or anything. And then we're just going to add our vegetables here. I need 2 hands to do that. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, so all the veggies are in. We're just going to cook them nice and gently on medium to medium-low heat. I've got a sprig of rosemary in here from the garden too, which will give it a nice little aroma. And we're just going to cook these slowly. So while the veggies are cooking down, I'll just show you some of the special ingredients we've got today. We've got the almond flour lasagna sheets from our friends at Cappello's, who also make our chocolate chip cookie dough. We've got this almond milk based ricotta from Kite Hill, which we love this ricotta from Kite Hill because it's dairy free. They also have some really kick-ass spreads like a jalapeno one they just sent. And we're also going to be using our own adobo seasoning, which is perfect for making Italian food. So if you've never tried adobo seasoning before, don't let the name scare you or intimidate you. The ingredients are just pink salt, garlic, onion, pepper, oregano, and turmeric. This is so easygoing. You can use it in so many different foods, and we love it. So the veggies over here are still softening up. We want them to soften just a little bit more. Oh, I'm steamy here. You can see the rosemary starting to wilt a little bit, but we're going to let this cook a little bit more, and then we're going to add some ground beef to it. So I've added about 1.5 pounds of grass-fed ground beef to the mix here. I've left the rosemary in. We can retrieve it pretty easily later. And now we're going to cook the ground beef until it's browned completely. Okay, next we're going to add 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And stir that all up. Okay, so the tomato sauce is in. I actually meant to season the meat with the adobo seasoning before, but we're going to do it now. It's really not going to make that big of a difference. So we're going to end up adding about 1 tablespoon of our adobo seasoning. We've already added a little bit. And we're just going to stir it in and let this sauce simmer for a few minutes. Okay, so we've just put a couple of the Cappello's sheets of lasagna in here, and we're going to bury them in the sauce. Kind of have to move the sauce around a little bit. We don't want the sauce to be too watery for these lasagna sheets. So then we're running some lasagna sheets in the other direction too, and we're just going to press them down with the backside of a spatula so that they don't break, but creating a nice little layer of lasagna sheets and then get the sauce over top of it. So I went out to the garden and I grabbed some basil, and now I'm taking the Kite Hill ricotta and just crumbling it over the top, just like this. It's kind of messy. I also added some parm, and I'm going to finish it with a little drizzle of olive oil over the top, and it's going to go in the oven at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay guys, here's the finished result. This was in the oven for 25 minutes. And in my experience, the Kite Hill ricotta doesn't necessarily melt, but the parm does, and I have every expectation this is going to taste amazing. What do you think, Char? You want some lasagna? Are you guys making noise while we're trying to shoot? Yeah, okay. serious right now.
It won't be easy, but I'll tell you now. Baby, you got it all. You got them. You gotta know. You got them.